It's great to be here with you guys. I know I had to get the microphone down. It was a little too high up for me. What an honor it is to be here amongst our nation's heroes and their families. I am so honored to be here. We are so grateful for your service to this country, to we the people, to land of the free, home of the brave, red, white, and blue, to the belief that all men are created equal, that we are bestowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, to the American dream, to all that our nation stands for. Thank you. It wouldn't be possible without you. Our veterans, the backbone of our country, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. God bless our veterans. God bless our military. God bless the beautiful state of Montana, and God bless these states of America. I'm a national ambassador to Veterans for Trump, Veterans for America First, which was created in 2016 by Admiral Kubik and General Michael Flynn. We originally worked on national messaging for President Trump back in 2016, and since then our mission and focus has changed to vetting, finding, and supporting America First candidates across the country. We prioritize veterans and first responders first. However, sometimes that is not the case depending on the issues that different candidates are running on. Last election season, I ran for Congress and I was endorsed by Veterans for Trump. Last November, last year, we were invited by President Trump to attend Mar-a-Lago for his announcement for his re-election campaign. And since then, we are part of the largest grassroots movements across the country supporting President Trump. Most of our team is actually in South Carolina this weekend supporting him. If you are interested in signing up in our nationwide grassroots movements, please reach out to me, connect with me after the event, and we'd love to get you signed up. This year, this election cycle, there is a lot at stake for our nation, for our children, for our country and its future. We have skyrocketing inflation, we have an open border crisis, we have conflicts all over the world, from Russia and Ukraine, China and Taiwan, and more recently we've had the horrific attacks against Israel by Hamas terrorists. That being said, veteran homelessness and mental health support for our combat vets with PTSD is perhaps the two issues that is not advocated enough, it's not talked enough about in our media, it is not acknowledged by our public servants who serve we the people, by the way. We don't serve them, though nowadays it seems like it's the other way. I'm from New York, not New York City, Long Island. And just last week, the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, announced a new program. I don't know if any of you guys heard about this new program, but basically New York City is allocating $53 billion in prepaid credit cards for illegal aliens. Did you guys hear about that recently? So basically this means that a family of 4 is set to receive $1,000 per month. This is a disgrace to our nation, and it's a slap in the face to veterans across the country. These illegals are not migrants, they are criminals. And I'm wondering, where is the program to provide funding to support veterans suffering from PTSD? Where are those programs by our local, state, and federal governments? We're helping illegals by giving them cell phones, giving them travel vouchers, and now we're giving them prepaid credit cards in New York State. Meanwhile, we have limited support from the government in establishing programs to assist the brave men and women who have sacrificed everything for their country. Our children are taught in schools to disrespect our flag and what it stands for. Men can now be women and go into women's restrooms. They can play in our sports. But if you don't have a uterus, you can't have an opinion about abortion. And at the same time, we can't even define what a woman is. What a disgrace that is. And now we use terms like birthing people or chest feeding people. It seems almost like everything that is right is now wrong, and what is wrong is now right. Common sense is being replaced with pure insanity, while our history is being erased and statues of prominent founding fathers are being destroyed and removed. Somehow our educational system went wrong, teaching the next generation that our founding fathers were somehow entitled, that they were rich, racist, old white men, and why on earth would we listen to them now? Let it not be forgotten that 240 years ago, we froze, we starved, we were beaten, we were tortured, our houses were burned to the ground for the freedoms we have today. We cannot forget that. These men, our founding fathers, were warriors. They were patriots who possessed unwavering bravery and strength, so persistent, even when it seemed impossible for us to win the war against the British, we prevailed. And Ben Franklin, Patrick Henry, Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, John Hancock, Samuel Adams. Our schools are trying to erase our history, and we cannot allow that. Their names should always and forever be remembered. Of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence, 5 were captured and tortured to death. 12 had their homes burned to the ground, 2 lost their sons to the war, and another 2 sons were captured. 9 died from wounds or hardships from the war. We must ensure that your sacrifice, the veterans of today and the veterans of the past throughout our nation's history, are not forgotten. From the crossing of the Delaware River on a cold December night to the Battle of Gettysburg, which led to the Emancipation Proclamation, to the storming of the beaches of Normandy, ending Hitler's reign in Europe, to fighting for national security against terrorism post 9/11, everything we are and have become is because of our military heroes. 22 veterans succumb to death by suicide every day. 1 is far too many. That is why fundraisers and the work that Rob and the Montana Veterans Association do is so vitally important. In total, the United States has spent $111 billion in aid to Ukraine. I'm going to repeat that number again. $11 in aid to Ukraine. Before we send another penny to Ukraine, I think that we should cut off all funding to nations who chant death to America, like Iran. I believe that before we spend another penny on Ukraine, we should ensure that every veteran across this nation has the mental health support that they need when they return home from war. How about we help Americans first? Residents in East Palestine, Ohio, cleaning up water in Flint, Michigan, funding programs for homeless and disabled veterans, defending our southern border, not sending billions to Ukraine. America's sons and daughters must not die for our politicians to just get richer and more powerful. We must think twice before signing up for any more wars. It's imperative that we destroy the military-industrial complex that has taken far too many lives. It's important to remember that some of the founding fathers were against the actions of the Sons of Liberty. Benjamin Franklin was against the dumping of the tea in the Boston Harbor. It's simply impossible for all of us, each one of us in this room, to agree on every single thing. It's just impossible. However, at the very least, we must remain united if we are to have any chance at protecting our veterans and saving this great nation. At the end of the day, we are not white and black. We are not Christian and Jew. We are not Republican and Democrat. We are Americans. And it's together we stand, united we fall. Let us take a moment of silence to pray together to honor those who are deployed, those who have fallen, and those who must never be forgotten. God bless our veterans, God bless our military, God bless the beautiful state of Montana. This is my first time I've been in Montana, and I'm just blown away with the beauty of Montana, the amazing people who live here. Thank you so much, and God bless each one of you. Thank you.